What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how you can use Zillow to find your first on-market deal. Zillow is a great resource if you're a new wholesaler because the leads are free. They're on market. The people that you're dialing, the people that you're calling on, the listing agents, they're expecting calls on the property. Now, some of them can be awesome to work with and some of them cannot be awesome to work with. But to be honest with you, the first deal I got was on market, and that agent, I created such great rapport, she still to this day sends me deals. So this is a great way to not only get your first potential deal, do it for really stinking cheap, but also create a relationship with an agent who might be sending you more deals in the future. So if you're new to real estate and you're wanting to get in the wholesale game or wanting to learn how to fix and flip properties, I have some free resources I want to give you. The first link in the description below is going to get you to the Wholesalers Blueprint Discord server. In that Discord server, there's all kinds of resources for you. There's scripts, there's video lessons, but really the main goal of that server is to help you get your first deal. And it's totally stinking free. So I encourage you, click the link, fill out the short form, let's connect and let's make some money together. And lastly, this is totally shameless self-promotion. Please don't forget to like this video and give me a subscribe. Show your boy some love. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to, I always recommend just stay in like a populated area, like a main city, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of buyers in these main areas, right? Like if I'm looking in a rural area, a place where there's not a heavy population, there's not going to be a lot of people that we can sell the property to once we buy it. So I'm going to start with Phoenix. I can never spell Phoenix right. Can never remember if it's an O or an E first. Anyways, okay, so I went ahead and I pulled up Phoenix, Arizona, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through some different filters, right? So of course I want to look for stuff that's for sale. I'm going to keep the maximum list price under $500,000, and I'm going to look for 3-bedroom, 2-bath properties. And the reason I'm looking for 3-bedroom, 2-bath is because those are going to be easier to sell. Okay, there's going to be more people who are like looking for that size of property, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Doesn't mean that you're limited to that. Just making the point, right? So then home type, I'm going to only select houses. You can, some people will select multifamily. If you're new, I recommend just staying in houses because multifamilies are they're value different. It's a different way of calculating their ARV. So I would just say stick with houses. Can apply that. We're going to go to more. And one of the things that you can do, well, for sure, you don't want coming soon. You want active. There we go. So you want active properties. And one of the things that you can do in terms of keywords is you can do like as is, or oops, or you can do investor. And these are going to pull up, these are going to pull up properties that have these keywords in the instruction, but I'm just going to do as is, okay? Now, you'll notice that it's significantly limited the amount of properties that I'm seeing. But these are definitely going to be properties that are going to be wholesalable properties. If they have as is in the description, it means that they need some work. So what I like to do is I like to just kind of thumb through them. It's funny, there's a guy right there. I like to thumb through them and just take a quick look. If it's something I might be potentially interested in calling on, I'll go ahead and star it. You see a couple of these have already been starred. 5 days on Zillow. I'm going to look through it. Okay, so this is something property that might need a little bit of work, right? So it's not updated. This is perfect, right? This is a property. This is a value add property, something we can buy and add some value. You can see the windows out. It's boarded up. So we would, which one was that? This one here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start that as well. And we're just going to kind of click through these. And we're going to take a look. Okay, this is going to be another potential. You can see it's, it needs some work here. It's vacant. It needs new carpet, right? So, and some of the stuff that you're looking at here, when you're looking at these properties, you want to look at how long it's been on Zillow. I mean, this has a lot of views, a lot of saves. For sure, this property is getting a lot of investor calls. So when you're calling these agents, just know that their phone's probably blowing up from agents. A lot of them are probably, their phone's blowing up from wholesalers. They're probably tired of talking to investors, right? Because everyone who calls as an investor is trying to get the lowest price possible. They probably already have some verbal offers, but that's okay. You want to basically just call get some information on the property. Just get some details on it. Just get some details on the property. And then, of course, you want to ask them at the end, look, if I write up an offer, can you represent me as the buyer as well? The agent's going to love that because you see right here, it says 3% buyer's agency fee. That basically means when they write up the offer and represent you, they're also going to get 3% of the 3% commission as the buyer side agent. So this property is listed at this $280,000. So check this out. 280,000. They're probably listing it for 3%. Okay. So they're going to get $8,400 as the listing agent, and then if they represent you as the buyer, they're going to get $8,400 as well. So they'll make $16,000, almost 17 grand on the offer if it gets accepted. So they're incentivized to help get your offer accepted. So that's something you ask as part of the script. But these are the type of properties we're looking for. So you can go through and you can just, you can flag them, right? You can just star them. Let's look at this property, okay? Red countertops, definitely need some work. 6 days on Zillow, 32 saves. 3% buyer's agency fee, $299. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna save that. And we're gonna continue going through these, okay? Again, this is definitely a fix and flip situation, sold as is, TLC, 3%. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Okay. So these are all good candidates, okay? And then once you have kind of this list of, let's say, all these properties that you've looked through that were starred, and really with these, you're not really eliminating much. Then you can just go through and you're going to call the agent one at a time. You're going to open it up. You're going to ask some questions. You're going to follow the script, see where they're at in terms of pricing, offers, those types of things. If you see a property that's been on here for... that's 20 days. If you see a property that's been on here is 26 days. Let's see, price cut. So these are going to be good properties. They're already dropping the prices. 120 days on Zillow. So, single story, if I'm calling on this property, I'm going to ask, why do you think this property has not sold in 120 days? There's a reason for it, okay? And maybe it's just priced too high. Maybe they've got, it's vacant, but maybe there's some other situation that we don't know about. So we want to ask that question. Why is it, why has this property not been sold? Because that's going to be taken into account. Eventually you're going to want to get rid of this property, okay? And when they do that, they're going to drop the price, okay? This would be a not good property to call on, okay? Because I don't know why it's part of this, but you can see this property has been fully rehabbed. So there's nothing we can do to add value to this. This would be probably a good call, like if you were doing like subject to and maybe it was overpriced or something, you could call on that. But when we're talking about just prospecting for cash deals, this is not going to be a good, you're not going to be a good property to call on. So this property here, 435 days on Zillow. This is available again, so it probably went in and out of escrow, right? So if we're calling on this, we're asking, why did it fall out? Like it was pending on the 23rd, which was 3 days ago, and then it went back on the market. So there was a reason. It was pending on the 12th. So this property keeps going under contract, and then the buyers are backing out for one reason or another. There's probably something significant, maybe like a foundation issue or something, who knows? Because a lot of times when you put the property under contract and then you do some sort of inspection and you find out, hey, there is a significant cost above what I already thought it was going to take to rehab this. And then you got to go back and say, look, we got to negotiate on the price again because this property is much worse off than I thought. Sometimes the seller doesn't like doing that. I had a property like that, put her under contract at $340. It looked like a lipstick flip. Had somebody go out there and take a look at it, and there was all kinds of problems. The roof had to be replaced, and I had to drop the purchase price by like $70,000. And the seller didn't want to do that, so we ended up having to cancel the contract. So that those types of things can happen with these types of properties. But basically, this is how you're going to find your list of on-market properties that are on Zillow that you can prospect. This is totally free to do. And again, once you go in here, you're just going to find the listing agent's number. Okay, so this has got a couple different numbers. You can call both of these and just try to get a hold of whoever the listing agent is. So sometimes what they'll do is they'll have like this this Realty LLC and this Glenn Carlson's got this number. A lot of times that's going to be the brokers, like their main phone number, where it's going to go to a receptionist. And then also a lot of times they'll have the agent, the listing agent, their direct number. So again, in the script, it will say, am I talking to the listing agent? Because you want to be working with a listing agent and not a buyer side agent. So this is how you use Zillow to find on-market properties. And you can do this all over the place, right? So Phoenix is just one area, but you can search Dallas, you can search Las Vegas, you can search Orlando, wherever you want, and create these lists and then just make a bunch of calls. The goal is always going to be to make 5 offers per day. This is a free way to do that. Not a free way to do that, but a free source of leads, okay? So that's how I use Zillow to prospect.